Hey, let's take a trip to IKEA. IKEA, just some oak and some pine and a handful of Norsemen. Nobody knows this song? Fine. Alright, we're in. Ooh, what's this? The Art of the Force Awakens. Alright, we've got some Kylo Ren pictures, some more Kylo Ren pictures. Ooh, sweet, the Knights of Ren. Wait a second. What is that? Hello and welcome to the MineFish. Cray here. And as I was looking at Star Wars images, I noticed that the Rogue had a laser sword. I mean, a lightsaber. But why would this be? Well, I went through all canon lightsabers, and I found that the only two lightsabers that would match this image are Anakin's first lightsaber and Darth Vader's lightsaber. Also, notice that these are the only lightsabers that have these etches on the top. The last time we saw Anakin's first lightsaber was when he lost it in the droid factory. But then, as I was researching, I had the idea that Anakin's first lightsaber could actually be Darth Vader's lightsaber. And this could make sense if Palpatine or some other member of the Separatists were to discover it, rebuild it, and then once Darth Vader turned to the dark side, give it to him. Now, when Vader died and was burned, it's likely that Luke would have kept his lightsaber. And then when Luke's new Jedi temple was burned, it's possible that the Rogue would have recovered it. But why would the Rogue want the lightsaber? Well, perhaps, like Kylo Ren, all of the Knights of Ren are collectors. This would explain why the Rogue would have Darth Vader's lightsaber. Now, after this major discovery, I will give you my perspective of how the Rogue One timeline will go. It starts out with Jyn and some other partner commit some sort of crime where they get arrested by Imperials and put in Imperial custody. The rebellion then frees the prisoners in the transport, and Jyn is transported to the rebel base where she is accused of crimes offending the rebellion and putting a bad name on them, but then she strikes a deal saying that she will either get the Death Star plans or do something else for the rebellion. Jyn gathers up the Rogue One team where they travel to Jedha to stop the Empire from harvesting Kyber crystals. While they are there, they meet Saw Gerrera. While they are there, the Empire decides to try out their laser on Jedha, and this happens. After this happens, Saw Gerrera dies, but the team escape. While the team travels away, Bodhi Rook gets a transmit from Jyn's father, Galen Erso, about how the Death Star plants are located on Scarif. The team travels to Scarif, where there is a huge battle between rebels and Imperials. During the battle, Bodhi Rook enters the Imperial spaceship, causing it to blow up, and he dies, while the team escapes. The team travels to the rebel base, where Mon Mothma, frustrated that the plants were not recovered, refuses to help Jyn find Galen Erso, so Jyn and Cassian go rogue and travel to the Death Star to save her father. Jyn and Cassian then travel to the Death Star, where they disguise themselves, but Darth Vader finds them, seriously injures Jyn, and kills Cassian. K2SO then evacuates Jyn and Galen Erso. After this point, I'm pretty much coming up with the predictions myself, and most of this idea has come from the Rogue One X-Wing VR mission, where it specifically says Rogue One X-Wing VR mission. Continuing the timeline, K2SO escapes, sends out an SOS to the rebellion, and the Red Squadron comes in and defends them against an Imperial fleet. Jyn then transmits the plans to Princess Leia, but she ends up becoming quite harsh, trying to get them to go away, knowing of the Imperial fleet coming. But Jyn and Galen take offense of this, but they still leave. Galen then takes Jyn to an Imperial bunker, where he is put into suspended animation to eventually become Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, I know this is kind of a stretch, but listen to my reasons. First of all, Galen designed the Death Star, so he would be fit to design Starkiller Base as Snoke. Also, Galen Erso could be Force sensitive, and this could make sense, similar to how Prudence and Fantastic Beasts contained his magic until he became incredibly powerful. And if this is the case, Galen could be very powerful with the Force. While Galen was in suspended animation, it could have messed up, causing him to become Snoke. And then also, these large gashes you see on him could be from Darth Vader beating him up on the Death Star, or from him just rotting away. Finally, this scene that we see here could take place after the credits, where the last remains of the Empire have come to awaken Galen Erso. And then the reason we see these Imperial guards is because this could be the last Imperial Emperor. Now, Galen as Snoke could be incredibly powerful with the Force, maybe even as powerful as Darth Plagueis, who is able to bring people back from the grave. Now, if the Rogue One team all is dead by the time of Force Awakens, there's a chance that they could all be brought back to life to become the Knights of Ren. I'd like to thank Film Theory and the New Rockstars for many of the theories I've built up upon in this video. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. I am Cray, your host from the MineFish, and see ya! Billy the bookcase says hello, and so does a table whose name's Ingo, and a chair who's a leatherback birch, but his friends call him Carl. I honestly think TK's the only one who would understand this.